So this is a conversation that really shouldn't be had, but we gonna have it, man. We gonna have a little fun. And the question is, should Kirk Cousins be in the Hall of Fame? Does he have a chance to make the Hall of Fame? Now, me, SK, and Mike, we were live about 4 days ago where we talked about it. And I see Purple Daily did a video. Shout out to them guys, too. And it's a conversation that sparked up by us, man. And you know what I mean? Like, I just wanted to talk about it on Triple P real quick because y'all know that we are known as the Kirk hating page, right? We don't like Kirk Cousins over here for the most part. Everybody mostly over here in this family is ready to move on, although we still have some of the family that wants him to stay, doesn't really mind if he stays, wants an extension. It all depends on what he does. And that's okay going into next season. But when we start talking about Hall of Fame, don't do that, okay? This is the thing. There is some quarterbacks that potentially are going to be in the Hall of Fame that might never win a Super Bowl. That's okay. That's understandable, right? But you at least got to get there, right? At least get there. That's one thing we can actually say, and be consistent in the playoffs. Now, you can blame your team and all that, but when it comes to making the Hall of Fame, none of that matters. It's about what did you do? And that's when it becomes an individual sport, right? When you start wondering who's going to fill out that ballot to see if you make it to the Hall of Fame. And Kirk Cousins, I'm sorry. The playoff record, man, it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you. Now, throughout the season, you play great and you have the numbers that can compete with some quarterbacks that are already in the Hall of Fame, minus the Super Bowls, minus the playoff wins, minus the games that matter that they win. High-stake games that hold a little more weight than, a Week 5 game on a Sunday that you came back from 10 points in the fourth quarter. That's all good and dandy. But that game's not as important as second round in the playoffs down by 10 and you come back. Or wild card game, you down by 7 and you got to take your team downfield to score and come back. See the difference? See, we went through this last season where you had a bunch of comebacks throughout the middle of the season. But when it mattered the most and you were in the same position to have that same type of comeback, you couldn't make it happen. And those are things that I feel like players and everybody who votes for the ballot for you to become in the Hall of Fame are going to look at like, nah, there was just too many instances where the game, where it was the game that mattered and you didn't show up. And that counts for all the Monday night games, Thursday night games, all the primetime games. And you already have that stigma on your back that you can't win in primetime. Although you kind of evening it out lately. You've been winning games on primetime, and I'm happy about that. And trust me, this season right here, I'm excited to see what you can do 2 years in a row with the same play caller, same voice in your head, because I know that was a big thing that a lot of the Kirk fans were talking about. Well, he's never had the same, offensive coordinator for 2 years back to back and never, this, that, and the third. So let's see what happens. I'm excited. We're going to ride for you. We are going to ride for you. But the Hall of Fame talk got to stop, man. Eli Manning, that's somebody good to compare, right? Joe Flacco. Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowls. And I still, in my opinion, I think that he's not a Hall of Fame quarterback, even though he won 2 Super Bowls. But when you win 2 Super Bowls, that's the ultimate goal. You feel me? Like at the end of the day, that's the ultimate goal. So you have to consider it. So I would not be surprised if Eli Manning actually makes the Hall of Fame. But Kirk Cousins, it's a no for me, man. It's just a no for me. And I would love to say that Kirk Cousins is a Hall of Fame quarterback and eventually he would get there. But I'm going to tell you right now, unless he would enter the Hall of Fame under one circumstance. He wins a Super Bowl. If Kirk Cousins takes the Minnesota Vikings to a Super Bowl and wins the Super Bowl, he will be a Hall of Fame quarterback. And I will be the first one to come on here and say, we got us a Hall of Fame quarterback, because his numbers on the backside actually stack up good enough to be in the Hall of Fame. He's just missing playoff wins and Super Bowl. That's it. So let's see what happens this year, man. Never know, man. Our boy might actually enter the Hall of Fame this year if he wins the Super Bowl. Hey, y'all let me know how y'all feel, man. Is Kirk Cousins a Hall of Fame quarterback or nah? Drop it down in the comments. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Holla at your boy.
Yeah, smooth summer. Who running? I hear them talking, but they ain't gonna do nothing. Celebration, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.